Ranking NFL jerseys, NFC edition. Unless you're totally weren't watching the previous jersey video, I'm sure a lot of you guys were waiting on the NFC version. And with all the love and support you guys showed in the part 1 video, come on, you know I had to bring the part 2. It has arrived and you shall receive! Let's get into it. Alright, first up, we're starting with Dallas. Let's cut to the chase. These guys are iconic when it comes to being America's team that everybody despises every year. You got your Cowboys fans, you got the logo, which is actually how they play in the playoffs as a rating, and then you got the classic, this is our year tradition of saying you'll make the Super Bowl only to be eliminated by some stupid play at the end of the game in the playoffs. Anyways, despite all the misfortune that happens every year, the Cowboys actually have some really solid jerseys and probably one of the best in the league. I really like how their helmets match very well with their blue jerseys, and with the alternates also matching with the helmets, the lineup just makes these an absolute classic. So I'm putting this on the A tier. I'll put them in the S tier if Dallas can win their next Super Bowl within the next 5 years. Next up is the New York Giants. I guess they're solid, but they're a little bland, if you ask me. I honestly wish that they can include a little bit of red onto their home uniforms, which I get it, there's a lot of teams like the Bills, Patriots, Titans, and Texans that have the classic red, white, and blue colors. But I mean, why not add at least red borders onto the logo at the very least? I mean, it sounds simple, but I think it's a really nice upgrade. But at the moment, these are still pretty basic, so I'm putting these in the B tier. Okay, Philadelphia Eagles. Their jerseys are one of my favorites in the league. You got teal as their primary color that works very well with black and white, and there's also a hidden E on the Eagles logo. I think that's a very nice touch that goes well with the helmet, which is also one of the best helmets in the league. Along with the alternate helmets to match with the all-black uniforms, there's a reason why some of the players call themselves, well, Batman, or referring to themselves as Batman throughout the 2022 season. What's going to make their lineup even better is the Eagles are going to introduce Kelly Green throwbacks that are going to return in 2023. Heck, I wouldn't mind if they even incorporate Kelly Green into the Eagles' current lineup, but overall, these are top-of-the-line jerseys that stand out, but in a case of an upgrade, I say go for it. So, Eagles have an S-tier look. I don't know the worst scenario that can take place within Washington within the span of 2 years. Whether it's coming up with a new name, coming up with solid jerseys, confirming that you guys are going to get a new stadium, or finding a new owner. If I were to tell you all 3 of those things are bound to go wrong, you'd probably call me pretty bold, because, you know, it's Washington. These guys are at the bottom of the barrel, and I would probably be right. But let's just focus on 2 of those 4 things. Now, I'm gonna be real here for a minute. Washington's logo is an upgrade, but it is not by a lot. All the hype that was built up was nowhere near the expectations. Now, the home jerseys are the only aspect I've found to be decent, but I don't know how to feel about the away jerseys, in particular the gradient that's on the numbers. I mean, it's unique, but I think it's something that will grow on me over time. Right now, it's just a little iffy. Now, this is the Commanders, and that these were the same people who unveiled the Sean Taylor statue, so this shouldn't come to a surprise. So this is a B tier, which I find very generous considering the stadium and the owner being left out entirely. Chicago Bears. Yeah, pretty zesty. Now, the Bears bring out a classic lineup that puts the jerseys at the top, in my honest opinion. Especially the logo, which, the more I realize, it's asymmetrical, whether the C stands for the city of Chicago or champs. But overall, these are generational. Plus, when it comes to the orange helmets, I mean, they look alright with the orange uniforms. I mean, it just entirely reminds me of Nerf guns. All I can say is, you either hate them or you love them. For me, they're pretty solid. So, I'm putting them at a solid A. Detroit Lions. You got Honolulu blue, gray, and white. Fantastic color combinations, along with the numbers. Now, all the Lions need to do is play as good as they look, which will happen in 2023 when the Lions win the NFC North. But this is an A tier lineup. The Green Bay Trash Can. The Green Bay Packers. The very meaning of classic jerseys. Uniforms that can last for a lifetime and still come out one of the best in the league when you got green and gold as your primary colors. Based off tradition, culture, and overall design, these are an automatic S tier. You already know purple and yellow are complementary colors on the color wheel. Minnesota's uniforms are one of my favorites, even on the alternates, and the horns that are on the helmets just make these an elite lineup. And the logo is fierce. This lineup of jerseys is an automatic S tier. Next up is Atlanta. You either hate these jerseys or love them, but these are some of my favorites, aside from the red fading to black. Yeah, that's a hard miss. I don't know what they were thinking on that one. Aside from that combination, the font, wordmark, and numbers, which are slightly bigger, is really unique. Something you don't really see a lot of teams following that similar concept. I think people will grow to like these jerseys as the years go by. A little controversial, but these are an A tier jersey, maybe even S tier. Next up, we got Carolina. You know what I find crazy? It feels like every cat team either had an upgrade, is looking to get an upgrade, and probably should get an upgrade. Luckily, Carolina fits into the category of definitely get an upgrade. Good news, they released a black helmet, which I guess it's a start. It looks great with the home black uniforms. Based off of Carolina's current lineup, the Panthers really need to redesign their jerseys. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the colors Carolina decided to go with, but if you were to change the design of the numbers where it gives a claw kind of feel, special shout out, follow this guy on IG, his jersey concepts are elite. If they implemented this type of concept onto their home, away, and alternate jerseys, these are automatic top 10 jerseys on my list. All I'm saying is Carolina got great colors, they just need to make a better design that includes claws into their lineup. I personally would cut the silver out of the color combinations and add black. So, B tier. New Orleans Saints. Come on, man. It's black, white, and gold. You can't go wrong with this combination. What the? Oh, no, not the piss colors! I thought that was just Baltimore. Now it's New Orleans too? Oh, man. Well, I'll be flabbergasted. Anyway, these are top 12, in my opinion, but I have one question. Which one of these is your actual logo? The gold or the black? I see the gold one as your standard logo and on one of your jerseys, but I see the black logo on your helmets and on the field. Like, bruh, choose a struggle! I mean, it's not like the black helmet brought bad luck whenever the Saints play in the playoffs. Oh, wait. Anyways, all jokes aside, this is an A tier look. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. These are great. Fond. They could do more with these jerseys and the helmet, but it's not a total disaster considering their previous jerseys. And I'm talking about those alarm clock uniforms. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Color Rush one is the only one that actually looks good, but this is absolutely goofy. I just want to know who designed these in 2013. But yeah, their current jerseys are solid, so I'm giving the Bucks a solid A. If there's any team that has an outdated jersey, it's gotta be Arizona. You wanna know how old? Well, let's see. Brady won his 3rd Super Bowl ring against the Eagles, Larry Fitzgerald came out of his rookie season, Aaron Rodgers was drafted in the 1st round, 2 years after these released, LeBron James was drafted in 2003, and 2 years before, the Pats would have their perfect season. All that to lose to Eli Manning! Not just once, but twice! Anyway, the only thing the Cardinals got going on is their Color Rush jerseys, matching with the black sparkling red helmet. But the rest, yeah, not so much. One concept I would be down for the Cardinals to create, a beige or sand color uniform as an alternate. That especially gives a desert feel, cause I mean, you know, it's Glendale. The color already matches with red, black, and white. I say go for it. I mean, what can go wrong? His jersey lineup is honestly C tier. Next up, we got the LA Rams. If you actually didn't watch part 1, yes, I am a Los Angeles Rams fan. And to be as unbiased as possible, and to be as brutally honest as I can for every other NFL team, these are above average. I love the royal blue and yellow combination. My only complaint is the gradient on the numbers and on the blue pants. The bone is decent, but it can use some tweaking to have the horns on the shoulders like the royal blue jersey. But thank goodness these became the alternates 2 years after they were released, because the alternate jerseys released in 2021, which are now their official away uniforms, they're brilliant, spectacular. They're the best combination of the entire lineup. They're LA's on a playoff run on primetime, pretty much whenever they suit up in this piece of art. It just had a different feeling when these entered the field. Look, I'm putting these at a solid A. Next up, we got the Seattle Seahawks. These are honestly the best jerseys in the league. The helmet, the unique numbers, the special props, the 12th man, every combination that Seattle has, minus lime green. This uniform set came out in 2012, the same year Nike started sponsoring the NFL with new supplies, uniforms, yada yada yada. When I saw the Seahawks' new, now current jerseys, it was something I've never seen before, which made these electric, especially during the Beast Mode and Legion of Boom era. To this day, this is still one of my top 12 jerseys in the NFL. S tier lineup, but on the lower end of the elites. Last, we got the Santa Clara San Francisco 49ers. Now, in the league, there are many parts of the NFL with a rich amount of history. Whether it's a long-time rivalry with opposing teams, long decade dynasties, and horrible refs officiating like the NOLA call, the tuck rule, it was a catch call. Okay, I'm gonna keep this pleasant and, you know, this video's been going on for a long time. Great colors of red and gold, absolute classic, brings a lot of history to the franchise. So as much as I hate to say it, S tier. And that is part 2 of ranking NFL jerseys NFC edition. These are all in a tier list, but my personal rankings overall, these are my top 5 jerseys in the AFC, and these are my top 5 jerseys in the NFC. And these are my personal top 12 jerseys overall. But if your team's not up here and you have a completely different list, feel free to leave a comment down below on your top 12 jerseys in the NFL. And if you want to stay tuned and want to watch more of this content, don't forget to like and subscribe so you'll always be updated on when I release my videos. This is Chyller and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, let's play some ball.